Hello everyone, this is Louis Celine, and thank you for watching this video. If you've watched the previous one, I showed you how to automate Minecraft to create a tunnel that dug itself into a mountainside, opening up into a room, a secret room where you could have treasure and various other things, whatever your imagination can come up with. So today I thought that we could keep going with this series by going over some of the building blocks that you need in order to do things like that, to automate Minecraft with Python. Now, I'm not going to teach you how to program Python. There's books for that, including the one I linked to in my previous video. But we'll go over some building blocks, and today we'll talk about the game loop. So, what is a game loop? Imagine that you want to do something a couple of times in a row. So let's imagine that you live in a little red house in a very, very squarish neighborhood and you want to walk the dog. And you set yourself a certain goal. Let's walk the dog for 20 minutes. And so you move along in your neighborhood walking the dog, and everything is kind of going nice, and then you're done walking the dog. You've gone through this kind of loop around your neighborhood, but it only took you 7 minutes. Now 7 minutes is smaller than 20 minutes, so you decide to go for another loop. So let's loop around again, and this time you try to go a little faster, which I lied about. It obviously took 9 minutes, so this time it took 9 minutes. So the first loop took 7 minutes, now it took 9 minutes, so the total is smaller than 20 minutes. Still, 7 plus 9 is 16. And so you have to go again, and you go again, and then you get back to your house, and this time it took 6 minutes. So 7 plus 9 plus 6 is greater than 20 minutes, which means you're done with your loop. You've looped around the neighborhood 3 times, and now your condition, which was I'll loop until I've walked the dog for 20 minutes, is now completed. That condition is now false. And so the loop ends. So this is the concept of a loop. All right, so now you know what a loop is, and how can we make a loop a game loop? Usually we make it run forever, or until the program quits or the user quits the game. So we'll get to that in just a second. So let's get into our Python shell here. We can do 2 plus 2, and that brings out a 4. And we can do print hello, and that says hello. But those are just Python lines being evaluated one at a time. There's nothing special here. And on top of that, 2 plus 2 here doesn't really do anything. Python here is nice enough to tell us it equals 4, but inside of a program, this wouldn't do much. So let's look at an example of that. If I put in the exact same code, then let's see what happens. Let's save the file. And let's run this. And see, it just says hello. Python evaluates 2 plus 2. It says it equals 4, but I don't have any instructions on what to do with that 4. So it ignores the result of 2 plus 2 and moves on to the next line, which prints hello. If we want to do something with that 4, we have to tell Python what to do with it. And in this case, we'll tell Python, why don't you just print it out? And so we see 4 and hello. So how would we do a loop in Python? There's this construct called a while loop. And so while a certain condition is true, evaluate the code that follows. So while something is true, evaluate the code that follows, like printing something. I am true. And what will happen here is that this will just execute forever and ever and ever until I manually go in, hit Control-C to interrupt the program. This is basically what I did in my Minecraft automation script that I showed you last week. it was running forever and I had to manually go in and exit the program myself by hitting Control C. Of course, you could have other kinds of loops, right? While n is smaller than 5, print I am true and say n will start at 1. And then inside my loop, that's important, I have to increase n, otherwise it will still run forever. If I don't increase n will always be 1, 1 is always smaller than 5, and it would be no different than what I did earlier. All right, so let's run this. It says I am true, but it only did that 4 times. The reason is because n is smaller than 5 was my condition. I need to put in n is smaller or equal to 5. So now we have I am true 5 times. So let's look here at the Minecraft program that I wrote to automate that tunnel building. And let's scroll all the way to the bottom. We'll probably get over to the rest of the code at some point in this series, but I just wanted to highlight today that we have a while loop that iterates forever and ever and ever until me in this case goes in and Control C's out of the program or exits out or interrupts the program. Those terms can be applied however you want. So that's it for today. Next time we will go over planes and how we can see if a player inside Minecraft crosses a certain plane. That sounds exciting, right? All right, see you next time.